Hello, and welcome to episode 39 of Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, Benjamin Shabbing, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Johnny the Dragon Ruhal.
That's the best nickname I've ever had.
Yeah. They really didn't say anything, like, funny or, like, mean, so I'm just like, I'll give you this one.
You could have gone with, like, the Freckled Princess. Is that part of the translation of the Japanese title of this movie?
According to Wikipedia.
Yeah. So, you could have gotten something like that. You could have said, not that pretty or something, like...
Yeah, but then that kind of implies that you are kind of pretty. I wasn't going to do that. I'm not going to lie to our audience. So, today we'll be discussing the movie Belle. It's the new Mamoru Hosoda movie.
I think that's how you pronounce it, Mamoru.
Sorry.
Mamoru Hosoda. Something like that.
Yeah. It's his newest film. Just came out this year in the U.S. And it's available on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So we saw it and we're like...
Hey, that's easier than a full show. Yeah. We're trying to remember what happened in Spy Family. Mm-hmm. Which we'll probably record an episode of eventually.
You just have to rewatch it.
At that point, you're going to have to rewatch it too.
Nah.
I've got ideas for what I want to cover next, and it's not that. So,
okay,
it's probably going to be a while for us to cover Spy Family. But it'll come eventually. Probably before season 2. Probably.
Anyways.
So, which Mamoru Hosoda movies have we covered so far? We've
talked Wolf Children and Summer Wars.
We had one more.
No, we didn't.
Because we had the Mamoru March. We had 3 episodes.
No, we only had 2.
No,
There's only 4 episodes. There's 4 weeks in March. I think we only did 2.
I think we slipped in a third because
Well, shoot. Doing this right in front of the mic.
Let's go with... We can start over.
Oh, we had the Digimon movie. I forgot. Yeah. That was in between Summer Wars and Wolf Children. So we have done 3.
Okay. See? I was right. We've done 3.
All right.
And we also
one for you.
We also gave our rankings at the end of Mamoru March. But they have changed, not just because we've added Belle. I've reevaluated my rankings just now, right before we started, and moved a movie around. Otherwise, kept it basically the same. I just moved one movie up.
Okay.
2 spots. And then inserted Belle in there. So, I like this movie. I don't think I was the targeted demographic.
No. I think my biggest thing is I've never watched Beauty and the Beast.
See, that's the thing. I thought, like, I was thinking partway through the movie, it's like, I should really watch Beauty and the Beast before we record this episode. But it's getting late. We're not going to have time later this week before the episode goes up. So, let's not do that. I have seen it. I was like 3.
Yeah.
So, there's some scenes that stick in my head. And I played I played the Beauty and the Beast levels in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Okay.
So, I have that going for me.
There's that one scene where I'm like, okay, this is a direct reference to Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is a reference to Beauty and the Beast. But yes, the scene where...
But I don't know that because I've never seen Beauty and the Beast. So I'm like, some of that just kind of, I guess,
all of
wiped over
the
me.
real world stuff, I think, has no connection to it.
Mm-hmm.
But then all the stuff in You, that's what they called it?
Yep.
Is like very Beauty and the Beast trope heavy.
Mm-hmm.
There's... our main character's name is Belle, which, first and foremost, spelled differently. They spell it like the actual instrument, B-E-L-L.
Oh, okay.
The title of the movie is B-E-L-L-E, I think is reference to the fact that that's how Belle's name is spelled in Beauty and the Beast. But when she made her account, it's literally just B-E-L-L. She's like, my name means Belle, so I guess I'll go by that.
I went by that logic. My name would be The Right Hand of God.
Yeah! which is a pretty you would play you'd play the one character that I think is supposed to basically be Gaston, the popular.
Oh yeah, Justin. That was his name.
Justin. Okay.
Oh, Gaston.
Yeah.
Justin. Okay, I see it. I got it.
It's like, but he's got on his right hand, a powerful Digimon-ass cannon that can reveal your identity somehow. Because he has sponsors. I don't know. But, sorry, it's a bit of a tangent. Your name means the right hand of God.
I think so.
Do you think that's why you're left-handed? Because your right hand is reserved for God?
Oh, no. That explains so much.
Because you're a famous lefty. You are always talking about it.
I'm left-handed.
Yeah. You don't see me always talking about the fact that I'm right-handed.
Yeah, because you're normal. Right-handed is normal.
There's a lot of left-handed people in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Just not in America.
You're just always told as a kid, like, oh, you're left-handed. That's cool. So you're like, oh, I must be different.
But what it really means is when you sit next to your best friend in science class, I have to be on your right side. Otherwise, we're just going to bump arms while we're writing. That's what it means.
It means always has to sit on the end of tables.
Otherwise, you're going to get in people's way.
Yup.
Okay. Back to the movie. So, before we we've had some, I'd say very minor spoilers. It references Beauty and the Beast, and there's a guy with a Digimon cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only spoilers we've said so far. What would you rate this movie?
At least probably an 8.5. Okay. I really like this movie.
Yeah, I would go 8.5. I think that's a good rating for it.
I think it starts a little slow in terms of like getting the plot. I know there's that like one scene, but other than that, I think after that scene it takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
But I think it definitely picks up kind of towards the end.
It's got a weird structure because it's like trying to fit in like just like references to the way the internet and video games works.
Which first, sometimes I don't think it doesn't work all the time. There's some weird questions about like what exactly you is.
Well, yeah, but it's sort of VR, sort of you're still in the real world. I don't exactly know, because like it makes it seem like you're logged in. Like it's like you will now see through your avatar's eyes, and then it's like okay, but she was running, and the kid
went in, and then she's back, and she's in a classroom. It's like.
So, like, was she seeing both worlds at once?
And then they're looking at the world through the computer, but you're also supposed to be, like, seeing it through your eyes, so it's just kind of weird.
I think when they were looking at it through the computer, they were looking... That was, like, the video calls and the articles and stuff. That wasn't actually the world view. Okay. So, do we want to talk about the cast a little bit before we get into it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk about cast.
So, there's... Apparently, the main character, Suzu, / Belle, she is voiced by Kylie McNeil, who I read an article real quick right after we watched the movie and before we started recording.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. That she's... This may sound a little rude, but I don't mean it as rude. She was basically a nobody before this. Yeah. So, like, she went to, like, a performing arts high school or college program, but she's fairly young. But like she's not a big influencer or actor or singer. Yeah, she's an unknown, which they just the casting directors, who I might add are Michael Sinter-Nicholas and Stephanie Shea.
Oh, nice.
Which it's just like I like that they're working together. I'm gonna write this into my Your Name fan fiction that they work together now as voice directors. They also do additional voices in the background, but they were just like trying to going through a bunch of submission tapes, and then they were like, well, potentially we'll find somebody to play Suzu that can be that kind of shy, soft-spoken girl, and then somebody else to play Belle and do the singing. But they picked her to do both, which I think she did great in both of those.
I would say she's especially great at singing.
Yes. Oh no, it was amazing.
For voice acting, I would say it was good, not great.
I mean, it wasn't. It didn't detract.
No,
which is all I need.
Yeah.
Then we have her best friend. Her name is not Hero. It's something else.
Hero
is her nickname or whatever. Played by Jessica DeKiko, who is in a bunch of stuff. I know her best as Flame Princess.
Okay.
The boy that she likes,
Shinobu.
Yeah, Shinobu. Is played by Manny Jacinto, which I did not recognize his voice until maybe the very end. I'm like, that. Wait a minute.
Okay.
It just threw me off because he's not in the movie that much. He doesn't have a lot of lines.
No.
But it's just wait a minute. I recognize this voice. Who is this? And then it's oh, he's in The Good Place. He's Jason in The Good Place. It's just okay, yeah, that fits my head there. Okay, Manny Jacinto or Jacinto. You're the one who took Spanish.
I don't know.
Okay. The popular girl, Ruka. She's voiced by Hunter Schafer, who I don't know her. She was a model and she was in Euphoria. She's an LGBTQ activist as well. But,
gotcha.
I mean, she did good in this.
Yeah.
So, there's Kamishine, who's played by Brandon Ingman, who I forgot to look up what they do. I didn't recognize his name. Might be my fault. And then there is there's some the choir ladies are voiced by, well, one of them is Wendy Lee, Haruhi, the best girl ever, which I think makes Wendy Lee the best voice actress ever. I mean, she's also Faye Valentine and a million other people. And then one of the older choir lady, Barbara Goodson, she's in a bunch of stuff too. Apparently she's the voice of Rita Repulsa in the Power Rangers series. I mean, but that was a Japanese actress that they just overdubbed, so she didn't actually play Rita Repulsa. But then I recognized them wait a minute. That's Naota from Fooly Cooly, which we've also covered on this show. And that's also Laharl from Disgaea, a game that you've probably never heard of.
Nope.
It's a game I borrowed from our friend Brandon a couple of times. It's a tactical RPG.
Sounds boring.
Yeah, but there's a space dandy guy.
Is it space dandy?
No.
I don't care.
But they also had an anime that I watched 12 episodes of. And it spawned a bunch of sequels. But really only popular in Japan, I would say. I mean, it's fairly popular over here, but not to a point where you've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is big in here? I didn't really write down the rest of the choir ladies. Michael Simpson Nicholas and Stephanie Shea do additional voices. I heard Sungwon Cho was in the background as a couple of different people. He's just got a distinctive voice. Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah.
He's doing his higher pitch voice. He's a very deep voice person, but he does a higher pitch voice every once in a while. It's that's it. That's Sungwon.
So the only other big name you're missing is the guy who plays Justin.
Oh yeah, because you have that down.
Yeah.
I didn't have his character name down because I never heard his character name. Which is the guy who plays the Deep in...
Chase Crawford. He plays the Deep in The Boys.
Chase Crawford, okay, yeah. Good to... I mean...
Good that he's getting work outside of the way.
It's I liked him in... I probably liked him in this better than I like the Deep, but I think I'm supposed to not like the Deep, so...
I don't like the Deep, but I like him playing the Deep.
Yeah.
I think he does a good job at it.
Yeah, that's the point, yeah. Which we say the same thing about the guy who plays Homelander.
Oh,
it's God, I love to hate that character so
God,
much.
he's the worst, but he's so good at playing him.
It's like, give him all the awards for being an asshole. For being the worst of us. Not the best of us, the worst of us. I guess while we're talking about the English cast, because we did, if it's not obvious, we watched the dub.
Yes, we watched the dub.
I don't know if we could have turned the sub on, and I didn't even think about trying.
I don't know.
I wonder how. I'd like to hear the songs at least in the dub at some point. But I wanted to talk about the singing in particular.
Okay.
The mouth sync on it looked a little off.
Yeah.
But I can forgive that for a couple reasons. One, I can forgive it for the fact that it's a lot harder to match mouth flaps when you're singing to serve the song than it would be when you are talking. So, okay, I can see why they're put the quality of the song first. And then secondly, it sort of fits thematically with the world because, that's her avatar. So she's singing in real life, her avatar mouth. I can put that as an excuse in my head as to why
if they're
it's
avatars.
If I was playing if I was in VR chat and I was singing, I don't think my avatar's mouth would move exactly in time to me singing. So
and there's a couple times this is more of a thematic thing where it's
yeah,
it's just kind of in the background.
Yeah, the song will play, but then there'll be actual scenes happening and stuff. So it's I can forgive it. It just threw me off a little bit at first.
I saw that a couple of times. It's these aren't matching, but
it's I just gotta enjoy the song. It would be weird if it did match perfectly, I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was. The whole movie's obviously beautifully animated. Other than that little gripe I have, I would say, there's even.
This movie's gorgeous.
There's even a scene where she tries to sing in real life and I guess has a mild panic attack or something, and then just throws up, and it's and then the vomit hits the water as it's dropping into the bridge. It's you can see the ripples. And you're damn, they really beautifully animated that vomit scene.
Disgusting and beautiful at the same time.
And you cut back to her, and there's a little bit of it in her hair, and it's just the details. It's gross, but I appreciate it so much.
I think especially I noticed all the backgrounds were really beautiful in this movie. Yeah, there's those couple scenes where they're walking across the riverbank.
Oh yeah, oh god,
the cities in the background. It's more perfection.
And then the riverbank has got a bunch of very detailed gravel on it. And it's just ugh.
I think he animates the virtual world a little bit better. It's a lot different style than Summer Wars as well.
Yes,
Summer Wars was
very
kind of
cartoony.
This one was very kind of
CG.
A little bit more realistic. It kind of looked a little bit more of a cityscape. More.
Yeah,
it felt more like a city.
Which, before we get too far into the plot, I want to bring up another connection. Well, first of all, they just start the movie exactly like they start Summer Wars.
Yeah, they do.
Just instead of describing Oz, they describe you, and it's it almost even sounds like the same lady giving the description.
It might be.
But that's one connection. I'm all right. My first note is Summer Wars ass opening.
My first note was a virtual reality and a hosted a movie.
What?
What?
Hosted a. All of his movies, you could argue, except for Wolf Children, have some form of traveling to another world. And I
Summer Wars does, Boy and the Beast does. I don't think The Girl Who Leapt Through Time did.
Well, so here's the thing. She's traveling to different world lines.
Okay.
Because she's changing the past, sort of, with The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Mirai has the
Mirai is the same thing. It's time travel, and then when he goes out into the yard sometimes, and it's Crispin Freeman's playing the dog as a human, and it's that's sort of a fantastical world, and then he time travels in it.
And then Digimon.
Yeah, and then Digimon, obviously. Except for Wolf Children, you could argue. No, obviously my Mirai and my Girl Who Leapt Through Time are a lot weaker on that, but you get what I'm going for. And I guess you could say Wolf Children is like traveling to another world because they go out to the country.
To go from city to country?
Yeah.
That's a little bit more of a stretch.
Yeah, I know. I just now thought of that. I'm like, okay, I could say that.
This movie has a similarity to Wolf Children.
That it makes you cry?
Yeah. Parent dies from drowning.
Yeah. God. We're like 20 minutes in the movie, and I'm like, it's not allowed to make me cry. It's not 20 already.
Minutes. It's like 10 minutes.
I think the sequence ends at like 17 to 20 minutes is what I meant. But it's like...
Should we get into plot?
I think I had one more thing to bring up. Oh, yes. Mamoru Hosoda, another recurring theme with Mamoru Hosoda movies. I think he likes whales.
Yes.
This is the third movie, at least, that has whales in it.
Well, I saw the first one. I'm like, is that Yoko or John?
Yeah, no. So, there's whales in Summer Wars. There's whales in this movie.
There's a whale in Boy and the Beast.
Yes, that's the third one. Is there a whale in any of the other movies? I don't think so.
Maybe?
Like, maybe Mirai, there's a whale somewhere?
Might be a background whale.
I don't know. Maybe he's a whale toy. It's just like, I think it's sort of like Miyazaki in Flying Machines. Mamoru Hosoda is going to try to work a whale in.
He just likes whales.
Which is fine. Whales are cool.
Whales are cool. Dale the Whale? Cool guy.
Okay. Yeah, is that your monk reference
That's
for the episode?
my monk reference for the episode.
Okay. Well, maybe we should go into the plot.
The plot?
Can we just get a fresh start?
You think what I'm thinking?
Fresh start.
So call ourselves the Febreze Brothers because it's so fresh in here.
All right, now we've got our other.
All right, other guys' references out.
And I want to make a note that I did not intentionally mess up the word plart. I legitimately messed that up, but I was trying to transition into a fresh start meme. Okay, plot. Let's go. This is your department.
We have. Well, I'm going to try my best. I got Wikipedia out here to help me.
Okay.
Suzu is our main character. She's just a high school girl, lives in Japan somewhere. As a child, she witnessed her mother die.
I don't think she actually saw the death, but yeah, like her mom. It was raining and a river was flooding.
A girl was trapped on some inlet in that river, so she went out to save her, but she drowned.
And she never came back. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
Also, we got like the 2-minute sequence where they're just like,
look how close
raising
they are.
her. They're really close. They play music together, and then she dies, and then she loses her kind of passion for singing and her writing for songs. She resents her mother for abandoning her.
Yeah, it's like this random child was more important than our life together, which hurts. Mm-hmm. She's closed off from her dad, who I think he's trying to reach out, but he doesn't know how, and he wants to respect her space and doesn't want to freak her out, but she feels alone. Yeah,
she's alienated. She doesn't really have any friends at school except for
2, I would say, sort of.
Kind of.
But one of them has now become a really popular boy, and so she's like distanced herself from him a bunch.
Mm-hmm. And that's Shinobu. Childhood friend. What is it? She says, yeah, he professed his love to me once.
He asked me to marry him once.
It's like best friend whose name is Hiroka. Hiroka.
Yeah.
We can call her Hiro if you want.
She's my hero. I like her. She's fun.
She's like, what? He did when? She's like, no, when we were 6.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. But yeah, she's closed off, and then she's introduced to You, which is this virtual reality in this world that everybody uses.
5 billion users.
I thought it was like 10 billion.
No, it said 5 billion.
It said 5 billion? I thought they said like 10 billion. I'm just thinking, I don't think there's that many people in the world.
There might have been like 10 billion transactions a day or something. Okay. Like, that might have been a number they threw out, but for users, they said 5 billion.
But yeah, so you use this virtual world that everybody uses, kind of just like Oz was in Summer Wars, except it's a little different.
This one it's more closely related to your
Actual self.
Yeah, so like you only gonna make one avatar, and it's made for you
based on biometrics.
Yeah, so it
like scans you and makes your, I guess, what I'm trying to think, manifestation of you, I guess.
Yeah, it finds your inner strengths and weaknesses and all that.
Personifies it.
Yeah.
I wrote no customization, but then she gets dress changes, so I guess
you can get artifacts. Could get artifacts.
Man, that guy got a cannon somehow.
Yeah. So now I said the word artifacts, and it just makes me think of artifacts in D&D. It's like somebody out there's got a stone of galore. Yeah. So yeah, you get different costumes and stuff like that, but otherwise your avatar is locked in, which is like that's gotta suck for some people. Like,
yeah, oh great, I'm this weird dog-looking motherfucker. Great. Babes are gonna love this.
And then, I don't know what I was gonna say. Yeah, she makes it. She's just like, hey, I can sing in here.
Yeah, she like gets in. She immediately starts singing.
Yeah, and nobody like knows who she is. She didn't use her real name or anything like that. So it's just a little bit freeing for her to be able to express herself through song without freaking out about people. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
not panicking, I guess.
Yeah. It just removes the worry. Because if you're bad at it online, who cares? People just ignore you.
Nobody knows you.
One little angel-looking avatar hears it, likes it.
Everybody else are kind of dicks.
The other people are like,
she's not that pretty.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's like, she's pretty, but not that pretty. Like, she has flaws. Oh no.
Oh no. Some people are just, she doesn't have that great a voice, and it's just like, okay. It's like,
whatever.
That's why nobody likes the internet.
But her friend, it's like, I'm gonna turn you into an overnight sensation.
She becomes an overnight sensation.
And like I guess it's her family has this like supercomputer with a bunch of monitors and stuff.
I know.
Because at one point she's not allowed to use it. Her parents are mad. So I'm like, so it's not her computer.
Either that or like it is hers, but she's like been grounded or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But because they have to move the computer to an old elementary school. It's like you can't do this at home anymore because her parents will get mad at it. She's got a gigantic box that she has to carry, or like backpack or something. She puts it in, and I don't even know how she fit it all in there because those monitors were huge.
Multiple trips. I don't know.
Maybe
it has to be. Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Anyway, she becomes overnight sensation. She has like 3 million followers by the next day.
Yeah, she's freaking out because...
But like half of them are like, she's amazing. The other half's just like, she kind of sucks.
Well, I don't think all of her followers are
true.
People that think she sucks. I think it's like everybody on the internet knows you, and half of them think you suck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but the other half like you. And it's just like, did the friend consult her about this?
I guess.
Did she want this? Did she? And she was fine with it.
Well, it sounds like the friend is like, I'm going to make you a star.
Yeah, her friend is getting off on...
Yeah.
Setting her up as a star. And it's like, what is going on? Okay. Why did you do this? She may not want this much attention. But I guess she liked it. So she would do concerts.
She just likes to sing, so yeah. It's a way for her to sing. I don't think she really cares about the other stuff too much.
Okay, we should proceed with the plot.
So yeah, she grows big. She gets invited to this huge concert. Right before she's about to perform, the dragon or the beast shows up and kind of ruins it. Not ruin it, but like...
Yeah, he's like... I don't think he's intentionally trying to ruin it. But he's like
interrupts
running.
It, yeah.
He's running from the justices.
The justices.
but just self-righteous a-holes.
Yeah. But he like breaks up the concert, causes it to be canceled, and then everybody's just like, "Oh, I can't believe you did this! You ruined the song!"
Ooh, you ruined the song!
Yeah, but that happens again. We're met with like the Justice, who are just like self-righteous people trying to uphold the law of you, even though there's no laws.
Yeah, it's like anything you can do is legal. Like he's just like, there are going to be people that cause trouble in you, and it's just like, okay, but it's also a program, and therefore, like, if we don't program in bad things to be able to be done, I don't think people can really do bad things. I mean, there's like viruses and stuff like that can happen. Mm-hmm. People can cyberbully. People could scam people, but it's not like if the programmers didn't allow it. It's just like it's not like you can be murdered in you, because that's not something that would just be programmed into the game.
And like apparently the Beast started out as like this fighting character who like won a bunch of matches, but people think he cheats. I think we kind of learned that like
vicious because it's like he beats them so much that their data becomes skewed. Correct. I don't know how that works.
Anyways, Suzu / Belle is intrigued by him and kind of wants to know more about him.
Yeah.
And then
her friend is like, yes, we will find him and bring him to the light because he ruined your concert.
He deserves to be shamed, I guess, is the reason.
To figure out who he is.
But yeah, then we kind of go into her trying to figure out exactly who the Beast is and her trying to find him so that she can talk to him. Because you kind of get this later, but she just kind of she has a lot of sympathy, or like knows how people feel. Empathy, that's the word. So she just wants to talk, to know.
Yeah, she can tell that something is wrong.
Mm-hmm. So they do research. They find him in like his hideout, which is a big ass castle.
We should say we find him in you, not his real person at this point.
We find the Beast in you, not you.
Yeah. It's protected by these like AIs that keep misdirecting her, which I think are a reference to all the like the moving furniture and teacups and stuff from Beauty and the Beast. They sort of play the same role as like little helpful house spirits.
Yeah.
But then the little angel guy that was the first person to hear her sing shows up, and it's like, oh, don't listen to them, follow me. It's just it's this way.
They're trying to hide him.
Yeah. The Beast is like, what are you doing here? Get the hell out.
Get out.
And then she sees a moment of tenderness between the Beast and the little angel avatar.
Is this who you really are?
Yeah, which one is real? Mm-hmm. The mean guy or the person that cares for this little angel guy? Do we see the roses at this point?
Yes.
Which are not really that important.
A little bit.
They play a part.
It's definitely a
later,
nod to the series, and then it does play a little bit of a part. Because that's how they find him later.
Yeah, it's more a symbolic thing than anything else. Yeah, until they use it to track down the Beast. But
while this is happening on the outside, in the real world, Ruka confides to Suzu that she likes someone. Suzu thinks that it's Shinobu that she likes.
Yeah, and it's like right at the same time that Shinobu like
we get this weird Raid Shadow Legends thing too.
Shinobu grabbed her hand in public at school because he was like trying to get her to talk to him about what was wrong. And then a rumor starts that why does Shinobu like her, or what happened
What's
here?
What's going on here?
And then
they do damage control.
Yeah, they do damage control. So
in the form of a online mobile game.
Yeah, it looks like a battle strategy game. It's like, we'll send our troop here and you go here, and it's like, you go talk to the sensible people and say, no, nothing's going on, and
I'll talk to the popular ones.
Yeah, like I will isolate them, and I don't know what exactly she does to them to get them to quit being such bitches, but she does something, and then it subsides. And at the same time, she gets a message from popular girl Ruka, saying like, "Hey, can we meet up and talk about something?"
Yeah.
And it's like she's just like, "Oh, she must be wanting my advice about Shinobu because we were friends, or she wants to know if it's true that there's something between us." So so
they're
she
both
can
popular,
ask.
and so of course,
And
they
like,
like
she
each
saw
other.
them talking to each other at school at one point and stuff. So they went like, okay. Eventually, she just cries and sends a text saying, "I support you all the way."
Yeah.
We should also mention that there's
another
another character,
Kamishin.
Kamishin. It's another nickname, but he's just like the sole member of the canoeing/kayaking club. He's got a sign on his back that says
club,
canoe,
but it says canoe.
But the dub says kayak, and he most certainly is rowing in a kayak.
Yes.
So maybe Japan just calls those canoes. Doesn't know the difference, and that's why the sign said canoe.
He gives off himbo energy.
Yeah, he's just this.
And he's great.
He's just this tall, athletic, dumb guy who qualified for nationals in kayaking. Mm-hmm. What happens next?
We go back into you. Justin captures and interrogates Belle. Trying to get the location of the beast. Threatens her with the cannon.
To reveal her identity with the cannon. Because that's what his Digimon cannon does, is it doxes you or something.
And then the AIs rescue her at the last second. However, she leaves behind like a petal of roses that looks like has like data on it, so they're able to find it.
Because I mean, it's a digital world, so they're just like, okay, well, here's this data, we can use it to track down its source, and that's how they find the Beast Castle. Mm-hmm. And they burn it to the ground!
They find it and destroy it.
Which is like, okay.
The beast escapes. However, I don't know.
It's like, that seems like a crime. I wish somebody would stop them. Burn down somebody's house.
Maybe it'll burn down a virtual... How does that work? Is that virtual fire, I guess?
I mean, it's like a virus, I guess.
Can virtual fire go through doors?
No, it's not virtual ghost.
Alright, that's my community reference.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He plays fast and loose with the internet rules. Sure,
why not?
If a house can be built, a house can be burned on the internet.
There's a firewall.
No, a firewall protects something.
Oh, why is it called firewall? Shouldn't
because it burns anything coming through it.
Oh.
I guess. I don't know. Would you want to go mess with some person's shit if you had to walk through a wall of fire to do it?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Firewalls.
I think I just try to use water on it.
Well, water on a computer would probably be effective.
True. Anyways. Before this, there's like this really touching moment where Belle and the Beast kind of connect.
Yeah.
They have
before she gets captured, like the little angel gives them each a rose from the rose garden, and they reenact the famous scene where like the clothes change and then they dance in the circular ballroom, and it's like, okay, this is like a straight up a direct reference.
Yeah, that's where I'm just like, okay, this is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I know this part.
I think pretty much like anything in the castle is fairly referencey to the Beauty and the Beast there. So, again, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Belle finds him in the castle, but he flees before she can do anything. They both flee the castle. Then Suzu and Hiro try to find out the dragon's real identity before Justin can to warn him that they're after him.
So they've been trying to find out this whole time.
And throughout this show, they've been kind of giving
is it
hints.
This baseball player that people thinks is
hiding something?
Yeah.
Is it this artist who has the same bruises?
Or he has like a tattoo and the same sort
tattoos?
Of, as this reminiscent of the designs on it. Is it
this weird lady?
Is it this lady who's a
catfisher
monster? wants an attention seeker here. So they're like, yeah, okay, well, they investigate that, and then they're trying to figure it out before they can. We get a scene between Ruka and Suzu where Ruka is like, what? No, I don't like Shinobu. I like Kabushi.
What?
And it's like, I think I know who you like. She's like,
Don't
just
say it.
don't say it. And it's like, how long? Since we were kids.
That Shinobu sounds like a great guy.
It's like,
Oh, no, I said it.
It's like, well, I guess I'm dead. It's what and she literally says, like, I guess I'm dead. But they have a moment, and I think that's kind of cathartic for her. And then they're walking back to the train station so that Ruka can go home. Because she was, like, waiting for her as she was coming home. She wanted to talk about it. There was a moment, I'm jumping back a little bit. There was a moment where Ruka and Shinobu were trying to talk about something, and then they were interrupted by Kamashine, and then she like took that as an opportunity, like, oh, this is a safer thing to talk about than what I was going to talk about. So it's like, how'd you do in your the thing you went to? And it's like, oh yeah, I went to register for nationals, and she's like, oh, I'm rooting for you. And Kamashine's like, does that mean that you like me? And she's like,
No.
He's like, I'm going to take your silence as a no. That's what that means, right? But then they're walking back. Now I'm jumping back to where we were. Ruka and Suzu are walking back, and they run into Kamashine at the
Station.
At the station.
I think he's there to like see Shinobu because those two are friends.
Yes. And then they live near each other, Suzu and Shinobu, since they went to the same elementary school in that area.
Are those two like if they're like bishop kids technically?
Yeah, it'd be like they were bishop kids. Way to be.
Nobody gets that reference except us.
Yeah. The few people that pity listen to this that we know will get it. I think Dylan listens to this, so
yeah, he'd get it.
So yeah, no, they he's there, and then there's basically like another repeat of that scene, but this time because Ruka says that she's gonna cheer him on, and he's like, does this mean that you like me? And he's like, you're not saying anything, so I guess no. And then
Suzu's just
Suzu's
shaking.
like
yeah, she does.
He's like,
he tries to leave.
He tries to leave. She goes, go say something to her. Well, what do I say? Like, I don't know. Just say anything. Say thanks.
Say anything. ...
So then they're just like, yeah.
It's like, what do you like to do?
I like music. And then
he's like, I like Belle.
And then at this point, Suzu is like, I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh,
now I'm
shit.
embarrassed. But they both like Belle in the way that they like her songs. Not in the I like Belle.
Also, he points out that Belle kind of looks like
Ruka. Yeah, which has been a thing that they've said before. It's like the picture that I uploaded, they think I looked like Ruka. It's like, no, they had him at freckles. So that might have been a bio thing where they saw the freckles, but because the picture was of a bunch of girls and she was right next to Ruka. So so those two idiots are trying to figure stuff out. And then I think eventually they're like, oh, my grandparents live up that way where nationals are at, so I think I'm going to come cheer you on and watch. And he's like, if you cheer me on, I'm going to win. So it's like, all right. So they're figuring it out.
Yeah. I'd ship it.
Yeah, I do ship it. I wouldn't just would ship. I do ship.
You do ship. Oh, wait.
Okay. We'll transition to that in a little bit. Let's finish the plot.
Okay.
But then when she exits the train station out of embarrassment because they're talking about Belle, Shinobu is there and he's like, hey.
I know you're Belle.
I need to talk to you. There's something I need to say. You're Belle, right? And she's like, no.
I gotta go.
And then she like runs away. She does the thing.
There's a really
popular tweet like, this past week where they're just like, somebody's like, my goal in life is to
Stare
at somebody from across the street and then disappear once a bus goes past. She does it. So,
she's living the dream.
She run to the school at this point?
Yeah, she's running towards the school. She hops into you again. I think this is where we get the castle burning and stuff. Okay. So we kind of skipped ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's like there's two separate plot lines, real world stuff and you stuff, and it's...
that's when we get to like the castle burning and stuff, and then we jump back. She's at the school.
Yeah, because she gets a message from Hiro that's like, "Hey, something's going down in you with the beast there," and then the other four, the other three, the Shinobu, Ruka, and Kamashin all like follow her, and then the choir ladies that are just older women that know her, and I think
they're friends with their moms.
Yeah, they're like, for some reason they figure it out too. Like they knew she was Belle for a while now, and they figure out that something's going wrong. I think because of something happening with Belle in.
Well, I think at this point people kind of know there's connection between the Beast and Belle.
Yeah.
So they see like that stuff going down. They're like, "Oh, we got to help her."
Yeah, and she is in you at this point as well. So
yeah.
So like they all rush to the same place. They find like there's like a little boy streaming. And they're like, that song, nobody should know that song but me and the Beast.
Because that was a song she was singing when they were dancing.
Yeah. And it was nobody else has heard that song. And it's this little kid. And I'm like, I don't think that's quite him. And then they see his older brother come in. And then they see their abusive father come in and like threaten to hurt them. We don't actually see the dad hurt the kids. But he threatens to teach them a lesson. And he like yells at them like maybe you should just leave.
Physical or verbal abuse.
Yeah. So eventually they're just like, hey, I want to help you. And the kid is like, I get this shit all the time. People say they want to help me, and they say I'm going to talk to your father, or I've already talked to your father, and nothing has done anything. This is not. You can't just help this. And it's like, who do you even think you are? And she's like, well, I'm
Belle.
Belle. And they're like, yeah, sure you are. It's like, yeah, because they don't know the real her. They just know Belle. Which I don't know if it's revealed at this point or if it's later, or if it's ever like fully revealed. But the little angel avatar is the younger brother.
Okay.
Because they have at the very least they have the same voice actor. Which I didn't write down that person's name either. Oh well. I didn't write down either of those kids' names.
The little brother's name is Tomo.
Yeah, I know that.
And the older brother is Kai.
Yeah. No, I didn't write down the actor names for them.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, Kei and Tomo.
Kai is played by Paul Castro Jr.
Yes, I heard that.
I don't see Tomo on this list.
Okay. Not that important. But they're like, okay, Belle, the only thing you can do, Suzu, the only thing you can do, this is Shinobu, is reveal yourself as Belle and sing.
You gotta gain their trust.
You gotta gain their trust. It's like, hey, I am who I say I am.
They have to see you.
Yeah.
Not the you and you.
Not Belle. Yeah. So, Justin shows up. The Deep shows up.
The Deep.
And she's like, use the cannon on me. And he's like, what? And she's like, use it on me. And she like forces him to use it. And then it's like, oh, it's just like a normal girl.
She's just a kid.
Doesn't look anything like Belle, except for the freckles. It's like, okay. You don't look like you either, Mr. Weird Triangle Man. I don't know.
You look like Joe Pesci.
It's just like, okay. And then she sings. And everyone's like, this is the real Belle. And it's like, oh, this is great. It's a great moment. And it's just like, and this sort of like singing to save the day makes me think, I don't think I'm the right age for this.
No, but I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, it works.
That song is fantastic. That scene is fantastic.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying that if you were to try to appeal to somebody in my same demographic, like I'm an outlier. We're outliers in our demographic, and that this shit works for us. Mm-hmm. But I think that's because we can appreciate we can just appreciate beautiful animation and stuff, whereas other people our age would be like, the fuck is this? Why isn't Vin Diesel grabbing the missile from his car? You know, like, I don't know. Not to put any of those stuff down. It's fine, I like that. But it's just like, yeah, this works for me. Mm-hmm. It's like, but I feel like it's those things where it's like, yeah, you can watch like Frozen and enjoy it.
Yeah.
As a, you know, and there's a lot of people out there.
This isn't made for me, but I get it. I like it. I can understand.
Yeah, I can appreciate. So, but it's just like, okay, it's just like a little. It's a little hard to believe, but that's fine. Because it's great.
They're in a virtual reality.
I know. I'm just saying, the internet is full of assholes. And then
are you saying that in the real world, millions of people would have joined along? There'd just be people like, boo!
I think there would just be people like, whatever, I'm out. Okay. They wouldn't like all start singing the la la la
la la la la la
la la la la la. Yeah. And then have like glowing lights come out of their hearts, which I think is use biometrics responding to like their emotions or something.
And then the whale shows up again.
Then the whales show up.
I don't know if it's Yoko or John though.
There's like 4 whales.
They give Ringo a whale?
Maybe. We should note that we keep saying Yoko and John because those are the names of the whales in Summer Wars. If you didn't pick up on that. Why they named them after John Lennon and Yoko Ono, I don't know.
But that happens.
Happens.
She does the song, and then
the kids are like, that was her.
Mm-hmm. They try to contact her again.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, we believe you. I don't fully trust you, but we want to meet. You know, and they start to, explain stuff. And then they are about to give the address, and the dad shows up. And it's like, who are you people? Stay out of our life. And he throws out the video camera. Mm-hmm. And they've got to try to
find where they are.
Yeah, figure it out. And Ruka is like, well, I heard like the evening news chimes in the background that, for some reason that it's different in each city and district or something. So you can, like, okay, I heard it. That's the one for this or something.
Yeah.
And then it happened around this time, which means that it's not in this city. It's here. And then they see...
They monk the shit out of this.
Yeah. They see some towers out in a small window, the silhouettes of some towers, and they're like, okay, it's 2 apartment buildings. They can zoom in. They've got super zoom technology.
Those kids
must have had a really high-tech camera to be able to zoom in and get that much detail. But whatever. It's a future...
Whatever.
Fantasy, future sci-fi world. Whatever. Near future sci-fi world, I should say. So okay. And then Kamishine is like, hey, wait a minute.
I've seen those buildings before.
And he pulls out the picture, which we saw earlier in the movie, that he took at the rowing competition that he went to. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think it's these. So okay, we know the neighborhood. One of the old choir ladies calls the police, and it's like, I'd like to do a wellness check on the kids. And what do you mean you can't do it for 48 hours? Like, what if something happens to them? And it's like, you're a stranger, lady. And you can't tell us an exact address. It's a little sketchy. I can get them being...
Also, that's how the law works. You have to wait so long before you can... Like missing persons, you have to wait 24
No, that's not true.
That's not true?
No. That's a TV thing.
Oh, okay.
Because, if somebody's missing, we're going to go try to figure that out right away. Not 24 hours once the trail has gone cold. You can report a missing person at any point because it's better to report it sooner than later. Now, I may be wrong, but I read that somewhere that is not a thing. that you can't do missing persons 24 hours.
Okay. Anyways.
We'll look it up after this, and if I'm wrong, you can give a point to yourself on the next episode.
Okay.
So let that be a lesson, you people out there. If you think somebody is missing, go ahead and report it. Better sooner than later. And if I'm wrong and the police say wait 24 hours, well, at least you did your part.
Yeah, it's not your fault. The system's wrong.
Yes. But yeah. I mean,
so Suzu goes to try to find them.
Yeah,
to help.
she's like, we got the neighborhood down. We'll go try to find them.
She goes by herself.
Yeah, which is a little weird. It's like, I feel like
High
one of
school
those choir
girls
ladies
going to
could have gone with her. They
confront-
drove her to the train station.
They're going to confront a potentially abusive father by yourself, a 17-year-old or a high school girl.
She has a little bit of a reconnecting thing with her dad, texting him while she's saying, like, I'm going to be late. And he's like, hey, I've got to go help somebody. And he's like, you get that from your mom. Like, it's because of what... It's weird, he says, it's because of the way that she raised you. It's like, you were there too, dude. But I think the mom was the more of a stay-at-home mom sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a work-from-home mom. Maybe she was actually a musician. I don't know. But...
it's like, you're a very caring person.
Yeah. And it's
you
like...
get that from her.
You've had a hard life... But I'm glad that shaped you to be such a caring person for other people, such an empathetic person. It's like, okay, that's touching. It's like he finally got a way to like connect to her, which he's been trying to do the whole movie.
Also, might bring it out a little later. The dad's hot.
The dad is hot. And really young looking.
Yeah.
I thought at first it might be like an older brother.
No.
And then we get flashbacks to her as a little kid, and he looks the same. It's like, damn.
She's got a hot dad.
She has a hot dad. I don't know what to say. She reaches them. The littlest son sees them first, and then the other one sees them. And she like gives them a hug, and the dad comes out and is like, "What are you doing to my kids?
Stay out of this.
Kids, why are you outside?
Why won't you listen to me?"
Yeah, and then like he she just keeps hugging them, and has got her back to him, kind of shielding them from him.
You see Kai do that in the video as well. Yeah, kind of a mirror.
Where
of
he's
that.
sort of like shielding Tomo from his dad, but she's kind of doing some. Eventually, like he like grabs her hair and like scratches her face, trying to like turn her around. She turns around, just stares him down, and he like tries to punch her, but he can't do it. So he goes back inside, and then Kay is like, "You are Belle. I knew for sure, seeing you do that, and I'm gonna be better at." I guess the resolution is Kay is like, "I'm gonna stand up."
Yeah.
For us more. I don't know if there's a good solution. Because, like, is he going to report his dad to the police or something? Is he just going to be more, like, assertive of his and his little brother's rights in the household?
I think based on the reaction that the father had, he's going to back off.
Yeah, the father's going to try to back off, and Kay's going to try to make sure he stays backed off on that. Which, like, still... It seems like a cultural thing, a cultural difference. And it's like, the dad shouldn't be watching after those kids, but I don't want to put the kids in like foster homes, and it's not like Suzu can adopt them. Like she's 4 years older than them, maybe
not even, because she's high school, and I think
Kay might be like 7th or 8th.
I think they say 14.
Yeah, I don't know what the kid's ages.
I think he's 14,
but he's basically the same height as her.
Yeah.
But also, women in Japan are a little bit shorter than the men in Japan. So, I mean, that's, I guess, all over the world like that. And then it's just sort of a scene afterwards where she sees her dad and he's like, "You want to get dinner?" And then I guess they're all going to get dinner because the choir ladies and Ruka and Kamashi and Shinobu are there. And Shinobu was like, "Okay, now that you you're strong. I don't have to look out for you anymore. So now we can just kind of have fun.
Yeah, now we can date.
He doesn't say that.
No.
He says now we can have fun, which is what I wanted for a while there. So like, I think he was holding himself back from trying to date her because he was too busy trying to like worrying about her and worrying about potentially causing emotional damage if they try to date or who knows.
Whatever.
They'll figure it out. And then they all look at the beautiful sky.
Yep.
And then the credits roll.
Yep.
But yeah, no. The music is amazing. The
I really like the music.
story made me cry. I should really watch Beauty and the Beast. That's my main takeaway.
We have 2 VHSs of it.
We have 2 VHS copies of it right now. We should never seen it. God, we need to just stop buying lots of movies. Because we never watch them.
No.
We got those 30 anime DVDs we've seen like 5 of, and I say we. That's me. That's all me.
You bought those.
Yeah. And then we've got 90-something VHS tapes we bought for like $25.
Yep.
And a lot of them were duplicate. Not a lot. There was like 9 duplicates in there. Which is good, because we each get a copy of The Lion King, so...
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
the sequel to Beauty and the Beast, we have 2 copies of the Christmas sequel to Beauty and the Beast as well.
Oh, yeah?
So, you know, we'll watch that
I don't
as
think
well.
you ever gave your ranking for this, or rating for this show.
I said 8.5. I agreed with you.
Oh, okay.
I put it at 8.5. We should do our host at our rankings, though, reevaluated.
Okay.
So, before, I had... Number 6 is the Digimon Movie. Number 5 is Boy and the Beast. Number 4 is Summer Wars. Number 3, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Number 2, Mirai. And number 1, Wolf Children. That's what I had before.
Okay.
Do you know what you had before?
Oh, yeah. My number 6 was Digimon. Number 5 was Mirai. Number 4 is Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Number 3 is Boy and the Beast. Number 2 is Summer Wars. And number 1 is Wolf Children.
Yeah.
What are you putting yours?
Okay, so my list has changed a little bit. Just,
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen the rest of these movies. It's been since Mamoru March.
That's good.
Since I've seen the rest of these movies. So just thinking back on them, I'm just like, let me move stuff around here. Number 7, the Digimon Movie.
Okay.
Number 6 is Belle. Number
Okay.
5 is Summer Wars.
Okay.
Number 4, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Okay.
Number 3, The Boy and the Beast. Number 2, Mirai. Number 1, Wolf Children.
Okay. Interesting.
So I liked Belle a lot, but I don't think I liked it more than I liked the rest of his movies, other than the Digimon Movie, which I love,
But
but
I got you.
That's
So
some
my
serious
new
points.
ranking would be number 7, Digimon the Movie. Number 6 is Mirai. Number 5 is Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Number 4 is Boy and the Beast. Number 3 is Belle. Number 2 is Summer Wars. Number 1 is Wolf Children.
Okay.
So I put a third.
You like this movie, I think, more than me. Or maybe you just didn't like the
I just
Girl
don't
Who
think I
Leapt Through Time
like
as
the
much
other
as I do.
movies as much as you.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think we like this movie probably about the same amount. I just like the other movies more.
Yeah.
And you just really don't like Mirai, I think, too.
I like the end of Mirai.
Gulp in our ranking of
Yeah.
Mirai. I have it as number 2, and you have it as number 6.
I like the end of Mirai. I don't like particularly the beginning and middle.
I don't know.
I think the ending makes the whole movie make more sense, but I just didn't like Mirai. It was annoying.
See, when you have like a little bit of a spoiled kid movie, where like he, is obviously like a sweetheart, but he just has those moments where you're just like, why are you being such a brat? That just resonates with me because I often think of things that I've done like as a kid where it's like, why was I such a brat?
Okay.
And it's like that's like, and I feel bad about when I was acting up or throwing a fit or anything like that, and it's just like that bit of it in Mirai resonated with me.
Okay.
So I think that helped with my enjoyment. I'd be interested if we rewatch these movies if you would change your mind at all on any of them.
I might.
Because there are definitely times when I watch a movie and it's like, no, I was not in the mood for that. And then there are times when I'm like, why did I not like this movie the last time I watched it? Like, a perfect example would be Big Trouble in Little China. The first time I watched it, I'm like, whatever. And then I think I didn't realize the first time I watched that our main protagonist is not the hero of the story, he's the sidekick. And then I think that might have been like that perspective of being like, it's not that big a deal. Our main guy wasn't that cool. And it's like, oh, but everybody else was. This is wonky.
You get the context of kind of what it's doing.
So like my second time watching it, I'm just like, this is the second best John Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
Because the thing is still better. It's just like, oh yeah, Kurt Russell. I was like looking at Kurt Russell for the most of it. It's like, I need to be paying attention to what else is happening. Because Kurt Russell's a fucking joke in the movie. And it's amazing. And it completely went over my head the first time I watched it. Which immediately was like in college and probably late at night.
Yeah.
So
I had that with like Totoro and Spirited Away. I watched those two and I'm just like, whatever. And then after I got some more context and watched some more anime, I realized, wow, this is great.
Well, and knowing the ending of a movie sometimes helps too, because you can see where it's going.
You can pick up on it more.
You're just like, oh, that's clever that they did that, and then
do we do dibs count?
I guess I have. Oh, we need to have this discussion.
Okay.
So I called dibs on Suzu, and then after that, you called dibs on Belle.
Yes.
And we're gonna have to talk about this because the movie starts with it saying it's a new you. You know, a fresh start, a Febreze Brothers, if you will.
Yes.
But I think, and the reason I said we need to see the full context of the movie is Belle is not a different entity from Suzu. She's just a different side of Suzu. She is possibly a truer version of Suzu.
Okay.
I don't think they can be counted as separate characters.
Okay.
So I think that invalidates your dibs of Belle.
Okay. I will agree with you.
Okay.
I will take away my dibs of Belle.
Okay. So, I think you have dibs on...
I have Ruka.
And I have Hiro.
Okay. And I have Suzu's mom and dad.
Okay. Did anybody call dibs
I have dibs on...
Do you have dibs on Kamashi?
Yeah, I have dibs on Kamashi.
Do I have dibs on Shinobu?
You can if you want.
Alright, I've got dibs on Shinobu.
That was dibs count.
Okay. Can I call dibs on the Digimon canon? Not on Chase or whatever his name. Justin. Chase is the name of the actor. Not on Justin, but on the canon.
Dibs. It's got to be on screen.
You're right.
Do you want to do ship of the week?
Okay. Ship of the week, eh?
You want to do all aboard?
All aboard? I'm not going to put it in the notes. I think there's only one true ship in here. I think it's Ruka and Kamashin. And it's not a ship, it's a kayak.
It's kind of a ship.
Sort of, it's a boat. That much is for sure.
The ship of the movie is the actual kayak.
The kayak and Kamashin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the boat of the movie.
What about the whale?
All aboard the kayak.
She rides the whale like a boat.
I would say she rides the whale like a levitating platform. It's not in the ocean. You don't ride. She rode the whale as if it was some sort of plane, not as if it was some sort of boat.
Okay.
I mean, you've got the Suzu Shinobu ship. Why not? But that's basic.
I just like Kamishin a lot. I'm like, yeah, get with Ruka. Ruka's the best, and you're the best.
She plays saxophone. We didn't mention that. And even her avatar plays saxophone.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's the ship.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I guess Suzu and Shinobu. Also shit. Fine. Obvious. Basic.
Oh, what about Hiro and her physics teacher?
No.
No?
I can't support that one.
I can't either.
You are a child. That is like a 50-year-old
That was
man.
a weird thing to put in this movie, I think.
Yeah, it's like...
That wasn't needed.
That character didn't even show up. It's
Yeah.
just her lock screen is her physics teacher.
Nobody's seen that?
It's your lock screen.
Nobody at school sees that?
You're friends with just me? That's a little sad, Hiro.
It's just like, why is your lock screen a picture of our physics teacher?
It's the equation.
Yeah, I love that equation so much. It's like, he wasn't even young, he was old.
Which, that's fine.
Whatever.
I'm not
It's
ageist.
so weird.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, we've made our goal. We hit frag time like 11 minutes ago. So,
Okay.
unless there's something else we needed to say about this movie.
Uh,
I think it was targeted towards younger girls, if I'm being honest.
Nah, everybody can like music.
Yeah, no.
It's like
Lots of people liked Frozen, and it was targeted towards younger girls. It's fine to be.
she's kind of
It's
a
fine
Disney
to have
prince.
a target demographic.
If your movie is inspired by Beauty and the Beast, it's going to have a certain demographic.
Yes, and it's fine to like it outside of that demographic because obviously we loved it.
Mhm.
So there's just moments where you're like, okay, it's like, all right, I get it. Let me just enjoy the music here for a moment. Because like I like this more than I liked Frozen, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the music in Frozen was good. I just didn't care for it that much. But I had also seen it months after everybody went crazy for it. So I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get the hype. Overhyped.
I saw it and I'm like, this is good. This is better than I thought.
Yeah.
This is good music. That was it.
Yep, that was it. So, takeaway is, we like this movie.
More than Frozen.
We'll make time to watch Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
We own it on VHS twice. I think my mom owns it as well. Yes, I know she does. Because my grandparents used to own it, and my mom got the copy when they were going through all their old stuff. So,
Okay.
so we'll watch Beauty and the Beast. Surely one of the VHS tapes will work.
Hopefully.
We tried to watch Ninja Turtles on VHS the other day, and it was in black and white for a little bit, and then we stopped it and started it, and then it was freezing up and stuff like that. So we're like, all right, it's on HBO Max. We'll stream it. Fine. Ooh, Belle's on HBO Max. Let's watch that. No, I knew about Belle before I knew about Ninja Turtles on there.
Go watch Belle. It's good.
It's good.
You might buy the soundtrack.
And I'm definitely going to listen to the soundtrack in Japanese at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Until next time, you're now leaving the anime territory.
Goodbye.